A beach cottage is a place for enjoying the simple things of life. It's a place that should feel cozy and casual because it's not a place for modern, high-tech, trendy stuff. The beach cottage, it's the place you go to get away from all that. As a creative, I think place is everything. I write for a living, I make these videos, and I used to get hypercritical of myself because I've heard other entrepreneurs and people who create in a freelance way say, what's great about this work is that you can write from anywhere. You just bring your laptop and stick your yellow pad under your arm. And it doesn't matter where you are or where you live, you can just always be working. And that's not true for me. I was reading this memoir about Jane Austen, and I guess until recently I thought I pictured her just hurriedly scribbling down books on little scraps of paper, like out in her main living room, just subject to all kinds of interruptions. And I think a lot of women have this idea that that's what creating looks like.
Oh, my frittata looks so good.
Our culture loves to popularize this idea of tired, stressed out women creatively cramming in their work in all types of random hurried spurts. But this book kind of changed my mindset because the real Jane Austen, one of the most accomplished female writers of all time, she wasn't hustling. In fact, when she was doing her best work, she wasn't busy at all. It was only during the periods of her life that were spent at this tiny cottage in the rural countryside of a small town that she penned her most famous work. It was only when her life was simpler, quieter, less crowded, that the unburdened, slower-paced Jane Austen, writing contently at her sleepy little cottage, changed English literature forever. And I don't think that we need to wait for our lives to become magically unburdened and more slower pace. We can create these conditions for ourselves. Starting next week, I'm coaching an intimate group of women through a 6-week live program designed to walk you through the transformative process of creating space in your home, your schedule, and most importantly within yourself, for feeling like your life is marked by meaningful richness and potency according to your goals and values, rather than the anxiety of artificial urgency. Space is limited to ensure that each woman receives the support she needs. Comment a heart in the comments and I'll send you a link to join us. The first 20 women to sign up this week will get a discount, but space is limited to create that intimate setting for this live course. I know from my own experience that we have so much power to greatly reduce the crowded and overstuffed parts of our schedule and our lives to make room for something better, something bigger, something life-giving rather than life-draining. We've been tricked into thinking that keeping all the doors open all the time, dabbling a little bit of this and a little bit of that, it's going to generate more opportunities, but it's not true. And old beach cottages, I guess they just remind me of that. This house is almost 100 years old, and here where we live in Southern California, it's one of the last homes with history like that. This town is mostly a vacation destination, which means a lot of these homes are vacation rentals. I've always loved the idea of living, rather than just vacationing, in the place that you like the most, that you enjoy life the most. And this town is just really special to my husband and I. Growing up here, I think that this is just the epitome of Southern California. Everyone is just out all the time. There's really no stereotype, but for the people that live here, it's a small town, and I love that. I love living close to people that, you have little interactions with every day, and you look out for each other. We'd been looking at houses for a couple years, and man, in a sea of overbuilt beige cubes, new builds, we were rather, honestly, impatiently just waiting for another one of these old cottages to pop up. And I swear it was right when I'd given up that there it was. And isn't life like that? Somehow I always forget. And then I'm reminded that, yeah, there's no limit to what God has up his sleeve, I really like thinking about the stories that have unfolded in this house. We've had a few people stop by and tell us, like, they used to live in this house, and then they tell us a story about their memories here, kids' birthday parties in the yard, and little quirks like where the best place to hang up wetsuits is, and I love that. I feel like people are always apologizing for old kitchens, saying like, oh, we plan to renovate this and update that, but my dream kitchen is one with clear countertops. It's one that's easy to clean. It's one that has enough plates and silverware to have everyone over, and a simple, organized pantry. I really don't like storing that much. I like walking to the market. I like getting inspired by what's fresh. We don't have a TV. There's a resort that we walk up the street, and they have outdoor movie nights in the grass on the bay, and we do hit those up. Something about old beach houses. There's something about them that's so friendly, inviting, and just casual. Speaking of toys, I love raising our kids near the ocean. I love the wild adventures that they get up to, and I hope they grow up knowing that you don't need a lot of stuff to make a good life.
Go ahead, first one. Nice. Here you go.
So, once you come on this side.
We don't have Wi-Fi. I do love the internet though. My job is entirely online. But many people don't know that you can just get an internet router box, like the old school kind, and plug your phone and your computer right into it with a cable. And I mean, if you're like me and you don't want EMFs flying around your house all day and night, there you go. It actually makes uploading big files much faster and the internet faster too, which for me, since I do that a lot with YouTube, it actually makes my life a lot easier. This house is actually a lot smaller than our previous one, and what a relief. I forgot how much easier it is to clean a smaller home with less stuff in it. It's just a welcome, simpler lifestyle for me and my husband, just raising our 3 kids in a smaller home. This house gets really good light, and I love that about cottages. It's like they were built with the light in mind, with the breeze in mind, the simple things of life in mind. And there you go, that's our house tour. It's nothing too big or fancy, it's just exactly what we need. A simple, peaceful place by the ocean where we can focus on what matters most.